$250 billion. Every second phone on the planet. Market leader in 41 countries. The most untouchable technology company on Earth. And then a man stepped onto a stage. Tears were streaming down his face, and he said these words: "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost." He was wrong. Nokia didn't lose because they did nothing wrong. Nokia lost because they did something far more dangerous. And chances are, you're doing the exact same thing right now. To understand what happened, you need to grasp how big Nokia actually was. And I don't mean big as in successful. I mean big as in untouchable. In the early 2000s, Nokia didn't just make phones. Nokia was the phone. Their market valuation surpassed $250 billion. To put that in perspective, that was more than McDonald's, Nike, and Coca-Cola were worth combined at the time. Finland, a country of 5 million people, was home to one of the most powerful corporations on Earth. Nokia wasn't just a company there. It was the economy. It was the identity. And inside Nokia's headquarters, there was a feeling that they had cracked the code, that they had figured it all out, that they were simply too big to fail. That feeling, that was the beginning of the end. January 9th, 2007, a man in a black turtleneck walked onto a stage in San Francisco. Steve Jobs held up a small glass rectangle and spoke 3 words that would reshape the world. "This is iPhone." Now, here's what most people think happened next. Apple showed up, and Nokia panicked, but that's not what happened. Not even close. Nokia laughed. The executives inside Nokia looked at the iPhone and saw a toy. No physical keyboard. Abysmal battery life. It couldn't even send a proper MMS. Their engineers ran drop tests. The iPhone shattered on impact. Nokia's own phones could survive a fall from a second-story window, and technically, they were right. On paper, the iPhone was an inferior product, but Nokia missed something no drop test could ever measure. Apple wasn't selling a phone. Apple was selling the future. The touchscreen wasn't a flaw. It was an invitation. It whispered, "This device can become anything." Nokia scrambled to respond. They released the 5800, a touchscreen phone still running their ancient Symbian operating system. It was like strapping a jet engine onto a horse-drawn carriage. And while Nokia was still debating which buttons to put on their next model, something even more dangerous was unfolding. Google launched Android, and Android did something Nokia never thought possible. It gave away its operating system for free to everyone. Here's the part no one talks about. In 2004, 3 full years before the iPhone, Nokia's own engineers built a touchscreen smartphone prototype. Large display, internet browser, an app-like interface. By every measure, it was years ahead of its time. Management reviewed it. They ran the numbers, and they killed it. If what you've heard so far is making you question something you thought you knew, stay, because what destroyed Nokia wasn't Apple. It wasn't Android. It was something buried inside their own minds. And if this channel isn't in your feed yet, you know what to do. From 2008 to 2013, Nokia's collapse gathered speed like a car, with no brakes hurtling downhill. Their market share plummeted from 50% to 3%. In September 2013, Microsoft acquired Nokia's phone division for $7.2 billion. Just a few years earlier, Nokia had been worth $250 billion, and that's when their CEO walked onto that stage, tears running down his face, and uttered those words, "We didn't do anything wrong." But here's the truth that Nokia's CEO couldn't see, even as those words left his mouth. Nokia did do something wrong. They committed the single most dangerous act that any successful person, company, or empire can commit. They assumed that what made them great yesterday would keep them great tomorrow. In psychology, there's a name for this. It's called the competency trap. The better you become at something, the harder it gets to imagine doing it any other way. Your greatest strength quietly transforms into a cage, and you never even notice the bars closing in around you because you're too busy winning to look up. Nokia didn't fail because they were incompetent. Their engineers were brilliant. Their products were built to last. Their CEO wasn't lying when he said they didn't do anything wrong. They just didn't do anything different. And in a world that was evolving at the speed of light, doing nothing different was the same as doing everything wrong. Now, you might be thinking, this is a story about a corporation. What does any of this have to do with me? Everything. Think about the job you've been sitting in for years. The comfortable one. The one that pays just enough to keep you from walking away, but never enough to make you feel truly alive. You know you should make a move. You can see the world shifting around you, but you stay because what you have feels safer than what you don't. Or think about that skill you mastered 5 years ago, the one that got you to where you are now. You've built your entire identity around it, but the landscape is changing. New tools, new methods, new people who don't carry the burden of the way we've always done it. And instead of adapting, you tell yourself, my experience is my edge. That is the competency trap, and you are inside it right now. Nokia's CEO wept on that stage because he genuinely believed they had done nothing wrong, and that is precisely what makes this story so terrifying. Because the trap doesn't feel like a trap, it feels like winning. A man stepped onto a stage. He looked out at the crowd, and with tears streaming down his face, he said, "We didn't do anything wrong." And that was exactly the problem.